Hey guys, it's me Saran. I'm back with another video. This video is going to be a little different than my other videos. It's going to be a little more personal, so please bear with me and be nice, because this one I'm kind of like going to be laying some personal things out there for you guys. This video is about internalization, and specifically internalization of, racism and racist thoughts and beliefs. And things that we internalize, on a subconscious level, because we hear it so much and over and over and over that even in the back of our mind it just sticks. It's just you throw things against the wall and eventually something's gonna stick, right? So this video was inspired by a comment on a post on Tumblr. I'm gonna post a link because I did reblog it. So somebody made a post about YouTube Gate. I don't know if that's what people are officially calling it, but that's what I'm going to call it, YouTube Gate, where all these YouTubers, these famous YouTubers, are just getting dragged through the mud and flamed for racist, sexist, generally problematic videos that they've been making. I know you guys have heard about Sam Pepper and Shane Dawson and some other ones. Those are the two that are coming to my mind right now. One of the prevailing defenses that people are using to defend these racist and sexist and homophobic and abusive and just awful videos are that, one, it's comedy, and that, two, people should be able to watch videos and kind of differentiate between, fiction and reality, jokes and reality, comedy and reality, and things like that. And these excuses are both problematic because, as we all know, comedy is not above critique. Jokes can be bad, they can be lazy, they can be flat, they can be unfunny, they can be racist, sexist, stereotypical, cliched, and all those things typically, generally mean shitty jokes, right? Bad jokes, unfunny jokes. Comedy's not above reproach. And the second excuse, which is that people, it's just comedy and people know that what they're watching is not real, that's also problematic as well. And in this comment, which I'm going to read to you guys, it said, "I am not sure why we have this idea that human beings are idiots without personal agency and that the media is brainwashing us simply by watching something or by watching someone be racist on a screen that magically turns you into a racist. What the fuck? That's comically ridiculous. If a person is that brain dead and unable to make decisions for themselves, they are either a child or an idiot or otherwise mentally deficient." And I reblogged that and I added, that's not comically ridiculous at all. That's actually the way it works. There have been tons of studies done that show how things we watch, read, see, hear, etc. filter into our brains on a subconscious level, especially things that we laugh at and don't really pay attention to, like racist comedy sketches on YouTube. It's not magic or comically ridiculous at all, because it's not, right? We're talking about internalization, we're talking about filtering, we're talking about things just getting into your subconscious brain and sticking there. You're in the grocery store and the grocery store playing a song, you find yourself humming it later, which is a famous, example given by Bell Hooks. She goes, I found myself humming this song and I had no idea where I'd gotten it from. I'm humming it. And then, one of my friends says, "Oh, I didn't know you watch XYZ show." And I say, "Oh, I don't." And they're like, "Oh, you're humming the theme song." She's like, somewhere, I couldn't even pinpoint where, but somewhere in my daily travels, I heard the song and, it infiltrated its way into my brain and I found myself humming it. Which is the way things work, right? Jingles, catchy tunes, kind of grab our attention on a subconscious level and we remember. And it's the same thing with racism and stereotypes and, things like that. We internalize, especially when we have our brains, kind of shut off when we're watching crap on YouTube or when we're watching TV or when we're watching movies, we kind of go into that trance-like whatever state. And all that stuff gets stored in our subconscious and we remember. So it's ridiculous to kind of say, oh, the media can't possibly be brainwashing you and magically turning you into racist, sexist, homophobic, etc., because that means you have no free agency and you're mentally retarded, or, whatever he said. He said something really offensive. And it's like, you're not thinking critically. Like, there have been studies, there have been all types of studies. I read a really great one on Mike.com, I'll try to find it, talking about how pop songs can literally brainwash you, especially ones you hear over and over again, the repetitive nature, and it kind of like broke down the science of how like certain parts of your brain respond to repetition and like all kind of stuff, but it's like, if every time you turn on the TV, you see a movie or a TV show or a news broadcast saying, black people are thugs and animals, pretty soon that's going to kind of creep into your subconscious, and in the back of your mind, you're going to remember that. And the personal story that I wanted to tell you is about a movie called Save the Last Dance, which I'm sure you guys have all seen. Save the Last Dance came out in 2001. I had to Google it. 2001, so 13 years ago, which means I was 12 or 13-ish when I saw it. And I remember watching it, and there's a character named Nikki. She's played by an amazing actress, Bianca Lawson. I'm sure you guys have all seen something with Bianca Lawson in it. She's been around since like the 90s, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Pretty Little Liars, Teen Wolf. She's been in movies like Save the Last Dance, Black Chick. She had long, black, straight hair. And I remember after the movie was over, I saw the movie with my mom. And I remember saying to my mom, oh, I loved her hair. That character, Nikki, like that girl, Nikki, I loved her hair. And my mom goes, you only like her hair because it's long and straight and dark. And I was just like, what? Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, her hair looked awesome. And, like, years later as an adult, I watched the movie and I was like, her hair really wasn't even all that. Like, why was I so into her hair? I was into her hair because it was long and straight and dark. All through college, that was how I wore my hair. I permed my hair, I wore it long and straight, and I dyed it jet black, blue black, as dark as I could get it, as straight as I could get it, as flat. I'm talking blow dryers, flat irons. I didn't want no bump, no curl. I wanted it stick straight, pin straight, and straight, long, and dark. And, now it's like those styles weren't anything special. There's people out there that have beautiful hair, straight hair, long hair, short hair, curly hair, light hair, dark hair, whatever. But I didn't really like it because she had beautiful hair. I liked it because over the years of being told, because my hair is extremely thick. Oh my God, you have this thick hair. Your hair is so thick. It's so crazy. I used to walk around as a kid with this huge afro. I was this little kid with these big eyes and this big hair. My whole life, oh my God, your hair is so thick, it's so this, it's so that, sitting in the chair, getting the hot comb to like press it straight. And, then eventually when I was in 7th grade, getting a perm, my grandma took me to get a perm, made my mom furious, but my grandma was like, I can't handle your hair. So when I got to a certain age, I had internalized that. So when I saw Nikki, Bianca Larson on the screen with this long, straight, thin hair, I wanted that. It was like, I love her hair. Nobody explicitly sat me down and told me this is what you're supposed to have. But just through all the years of watching TV, watching movies, where everyone had straight hair, dark hair, pretty much all the black girls, Tia and Tamara and Essence Atkins on Smart Guy, their hair was all dark. And, curly when they wanted to be curly, but, straight for the most part. And I internalized that to the point where I wanted that. I'm not mentally deficient. I'm not special needs. I'm not, I wasn't that young, 13, 14, 15. I was a teenager. I was old enough to say, I know what I want, and I want this, and I want that. But I didn't just form those opinions and those preferences out of nowhere, And people always say that too, like, oh, well, it's just my preference. Well, where did your preference come from? Why do you have a preference for long, straight hair and light skin and light eyes, Because you're falling into the white gaze more often than not, 9 times out of 10. You've been told your whole life that through the white gaze and the white filter, these things and these European features are beautiful. And you are going to internalize that. And that's not magic. And that's not, completely ridiculous. I know a lot of people don't like to hear, terms like brainwashing, media brainwashing, because those are like conspiracy theories, but on a certain level, it's true. In our society, we have certain things being pushed on us on a daily basis as the norm and as the standard, and by default, by nature, by design, people of color and Black people, we fall outside of that. My first go around of locking my hair, because this is my second, when I remember one day I had been locking my hair for like a few months, not that long. I put my hand in my hair and I actually felt a dread. Like I felt a lock, and it felt thick, it felt tangled, it felt matted, it felt knotted, and I felt this panic. Like I remember to this day feeling this panic and this fear that my hair looked bad and that I looked ugly. And I went home and I piled conditioner on my hair and I ripped them all out. And I kept wearing my hair natural for like another 6 months until I tried again, and decided I was mentally ready, And that's scary, right? Like, it still scares me on a certain level to think that hair can make me feel that way, right? Like, I know someone that had dreads for 15 years, and she recently cut her dreads off and permed her hair. She has a cute little short haircut because she wanted something easy, no muss, no fuss. To her, it's literally just hair. But I don't even trust myself to even attempt to get into the mindset of it's just hair, because I know that I still have so much internalized, issues about hair, good hair, bad hair, nappy hair, straight hair. Like I can't even trust my own mind in a certain way because of infiltration, which is what this video is about and what that comment was really about, thinking that you're above, being affected by things you see and hear and watch and read, etc., is dangerous, and it's just not true. You have to always be aware of what you're, ingesting and viewing and seeing on a conscious level as well as on a subconscious level. And we all have to actively, work to combat our colonization, all of us, white people, Black people, So yeah, this was a bit more personal than you guys are used to. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did like this video and you want more personal ones, I can do that. You can let me know in the comments. I'm still a newbie at this YouTube thing, so I appreciate all of you guys for watching and leaving comments and feedback, because it really helps me. So we're in a new week. I'm sure I'll be making other videos as this week goes on. I hope everyone's having a great week so far, and thank you for watching. As always, food for thought.